Hey everyone, this is Mike and Fanfest is right around the corner. In the last video I spoke about what you would be able to see on the live streams so that you can tune in for your favorite sections, and at the end I asked what you guys were looking forward to the most, but I never really talked about what I wanted to see, so that's what we're going to be doing today. There are 5 segments that I'm interested in, the keynote being the one that I'm looking forward to the most, and it's also the only one that I'm going to be staying up for, because the stream is at a bit of an unfortunate time for us here in the EU, so I'm only going to be watching the keynote live, and then I'll probably watch the other parts later through a VOD, because those aren't really worth losing my sleep over, and I'll also talk a little bit more in depth about what I want from the keynote later. So that's number 1. Outside of that, there's a live letter, but seeing how it will most likely be mainly about Zadnor, I'm not super interested. I'll still watch it in case there is some extra information to be had, but I'm not really expecting much from this live letter, hence why I'm also not going to be staying up for it. The Q&A could be interesting depending on the questions, so I'll watch that one as well. And then lastly, there are the 2 concerts. Luckily enough, those are in the morning for me, so I can just watch them as I wake up, which is going to be quite nice. So, obviously, the keynote is what I am most interested in by far, and I imagine that this is going to be the case for most people. So, what do I want to see in this keynote? Well, our second job would be the first on the list. There's been a lot of speculation going around for a side job, and that Xenos would also be taking up that job going into Endwalker, and as someone that enjoys playing all of the jobs in the game, getting more information surrounding this is going to be very exciting. Speaking of information, Sage, or just the healers in general, during the announcement stream they said that they would be dividing the healers into 2 roles, Barrier and Pure Healer, and they also said they would be adjusting Astrologian to fit these 2 roles as well. So whilst I'm not expecting to get a lot of specifics surrounding this, I am hoping to get at least some extra information, as I expect every healer player would like to know more about this, but maybe that's expecting a little bit too much and will most likely have to wait until the job action trailer livestream thing that they always hold a few weeks before the expansion to get all of the information on this. Oh, I totally forgot, but the trailer, what we got during the announcement stream was probably not the full thing, and I'd very much so like to see the full thing. Trailers are always something that hypes stuff up, and it's something that I like to rewatch here or there as the expansion comes closer, and looking back on the Shadowbringers trailer, there were also some Easter eggs in there that after having finished the story, you can go back, rewatch it, and then go, huh, that was pretty clever. So that leads us to the story. We can sort of see where things are going, and I'm not expecting to get another huge bomb thrown on us like they did with We're Going to the First, but I would like to see a bit more. Shadowbringers was fantastic, and it's the most that I've ever enjoyed the story in Final Fantasy XIV. Endwalker, being the end of the arc that has been going on for so many years now, is something that I'm really looking forward to. And then there is, of course, what comes after. Again, I'm not expecting to get any answers to the what comes after question, but learning more about the story, seeing some of our new areas, that kind of stuff I am expecting, because if we look back on our last FanFest, they showed us around some of the new areas, and whilst they did show some screenshots of Tavnera and Garlemald, for example, we didn't get an actual look into the areas themselves, so that is something that I'm also looking forward to. I think the last thing that I can think of would be more info on the Island Sanctuary, or whatever that was called. It's something that is completely new in 14, and I don't think anyone was really expecting this to become a thing either. And whilst I'm mostly interested in the battle content that the game has to offer, I wouldn't mind seeing what this is, and maybe this could be something that I could spend some time on between content releases, so again, hopefully we can get some more information surrounding that. And I think that's about all I'm really hoping to get during the keynote. They already teased us about the raid Pandemonium, but I'm not expecting to see anything more about that. I guess they did mention that they would show 24-man raid series, because they said there was some kind of like a secret Eorzean thing, so hopefully we can see the theme of that one. Outside of that, they already showed us Anima as well. I guess we are missing our second story trial, so maybe they'll show that one, or well, show us some art of it, as I'm not expecting anything more than that. But that's about everything that I can really think of. If there's anything more shown than that, will of course be really nice, but I find it a bit hard to predict what will be happening this time, as the normal schedule is thrown out of the window a bit. Normally we would be getting our job actions trailer this month, but because of the delay that the expansion has, information will be delayed a bit as well, so I'm not quite sure how much they're able to show us yet during the Fanfest and what we will be getting later during that big live stream that is coming a little bit before the expansion launches. It's a bit of a bummer that there is no physical Fanfest this time around, as I've always really enjoyed going there and meeting up with some of my game friends IRL, but we're at least grouping up to see the keynote, and maybe we'll also do some stuff in-game as well that they made around the Fanfest. Anyways, that's going to do it for me. I'm not quite sure if I'll have a video out tomorrow, as I'll probably try to sleep a bit during the day so that I don't fall asleep during the keynote itself, but I will get a video out later during the weekend with all of the information that we got during the keynote, so that if you cannot watch it live, you will at least have some sort of a TLDR video with all of the information that was given, and then if there is something that does warrant its own video, then I'll get to that sometime next week most likely. So on that note, I want to thank you for watching, I want to thank my Patreons for their support, and I'll see you in the next one.